Well, it is our hope that the law will take its course and, of course, everybody involved will be held to account. Now, the High Court order to have the cabinet reconstituted in tandem with the constitutional requirement of 2/3 gender rule within 120 days poses a major test for President William Ruto on his fidelity to the Constitution. The Constitution prescribes the cabinet to comprise of the President, Deputy President, Cabinet Secretaries between 14 and 22, and the Attorney General. Currently, the cabinet comprises of 25 members, with women accounting for 7 only. The co-opting of ODM members into the cabinet was also termed as unconstitutional, as there was no legal framework in the form of a pre- or post-election pact between ODM and UDA parties. Now, will the president reshuffle the cabinet to comply with the ruling? And how will he balance legal and political needs? Alano Chanda puts the intrigues into perspective.
The 2/3 gender principle. We shall allocate 50% of all cabinet positions to the women of Kenya.
President William Ruto did not just pledge to comply with the constitutional requirement of 2/3 gender rule, but promised to ensure equity and equality, distributing cabinet slots equally between the two genders. 4 years into his presidency, the highest decision-making organ has failed the test. The High Court ordering its reconstitution and in strict compliance with the requirement. It is anchored in the Constitution that the cabinet will comprise of the president, the deputy president, cabinet secretaries between 14 to 22, and the attorney general. Currently, the cabinet is made up of 25 members with only 7 women. Despite the secretary to the cabinet being a lady, she is not considered part of the cabinet. Does the pronouncement by the courts put the president on crossroads, or it is just a simple decision to arrive at, given he is first a politician and any move and action taken has its ramifications?
The court has said, please dissolve this cabinet, is illegal to form a new one. In forming the new one, he can follow the gender rule. He can actually use this opportunity and have a perfect government as he moves to 2027.
President Ruto has been presented with a crisis that he can convert into an opportunity and therefore reconstitute his cabinet and also effect changes within the high ranks of the public service, and he will not suffer any political consequences because he can easily blame the High Court for that pronouncement.
While forming his cabinet, the president appears to have largely considered political clout, regional balancing, and rewarding political allies. Any move must be calculated. When Katiba Institute moved to court, its other prayer that the reconstitution of the cabinet was to be premised on was the co-opting of members of the ODM party into cabinet without a legal framework in the form of a pre- or post-election pact between ODM and the ruling UDA party. While Justices Fred Ogola and Stephen Githinji dissented on this, Justice Jairus Nga agreed. This raising the question of whether this spells doom to the broad-based government.
You cannot shake the broad-based anchors that inform the administration. What President Ruto is likely to do is just to meet the 2/3 requirements, reconstitute his cabinet, and look at the 2027 scorecard.
Still, the ODM party members' entry into cabinet was occasioned by the dissolution of the cabinet in 2024, following the pressure from the Gen Z protests. This Justice Nga too averred it was illegal, as the dissolution meant all were condemned.
The court's pronouncement that the cabinet must be reconstituted in tandem with the constitutional requirement of no gender exceeding composition of 2/3 now sets another test for the president as to whether he can fuse his fidelity to the constitution and the delicate political balancing. Alano Chanda, KTN, Nairobi.
Now, it has been established that billions of shillings